Okay, guys, today we're going to be changing the thermostat coolant thermostat on the 2009 Hyundai Accent. First thing you want to do is you want to disconnect the battery. It's a 10 millimeter volt. I'm sorry, 10 millimeter socket to change the take off the terminal, the battery terminal. We're going to take off the air intake, which just four clips. Then you're going to take the hose off just like that, and then when you take off the air intake, you probably want to you want to put the filter upside down so that, the other side does not really get dirty. Put it somewhere where it's not going to get dirty or wet. Then what we need to do is we're going to take the air box. You got about three screws here, I think. This is the ECU. There's one screw here, there, and there's another one behind right there. We're gonna unscrew. Those are also 10 millimeter sockets. You're gonna do the extender. Gonna take those off. Gonna make some room. Take the air box out. When you take the air box out, be careful. When you this area right here, there's like a connected hose. It's more of a like it's where you get the air from. So you gotta like wiggle it a little bit left and right. And keep in mind, this is your ECU on the right side, so you don't want to mess around with the wires too much. We're gonna bend it down here and there, front and back, okay, until we make some room. And all we're doing is pretty much making some room. We're gonna put it this way, that way. I don't feel like disconnecting the ECU or messing around with the wires or the pins. I don't want to take a risk on that. You got two hoses, the upper hose right there, and then you got another hose, which is the bottom hose. Now, the thermostats, they are in through the bottom hose. You got upper and bottom. The bottom hose right there, this is where the thermostats are. I'm going to empty out, I'm going to disconnect the upper water hose because um, I'm going to empty some of the coolant out, drain it out, because last time I did this, and I took off the bottom hose. There's so much water that came out from the engine. So I'm gonna put a towel here because there will be some more water. Um, the bottom hose connects to the housing. This housing is 12 millimeter. So unscrew that. Once you take them off, I usually the screws themselves, sometimes they get coolant on them. So dry them out, oil them. I oiled them. I got a razor and I cleaned the old gasket out. And I have this air pressure, that you use on electronics. I air pressured it where the holes go in. So when you lift this hose up, make sure that the gearbox fluid, transmission fluid is closed. This is the one on the right is the old one. The one on the left is the new one. Make sure that thing that's wiggling is pointing upwards. That little wiggling thing is pretty much lets the air escape. You see how it's pointing upwards. You see it's a little. It's in there. It's like a gold color. You see that? It's pointing upwards. You see that? That's the one I'm talking about. It's pointing upwards. I aired those three holes, cleaned the old gasket, made sure it's clean. Yeah, be careful right here. This is the opening of the transmission. You don't want to make sure it's closed. You don't want to like spill anything right there. So put it back together. We put on the new gasket as well. Line them up. I'm gonna put the screws back on and twist. Now after you do this, you lost a lot of coolant. You're gonna refill coolant. You need to air out the system. There are going to be air gaps. Your car will overheat just because there's air in the system. You need to air out the system. I'll make another video of that. We'll put the hose back in, let the engine run, add more coolant to it,